The Sim World Racing presents the All-American Racing.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, or more accurately, Speedway, Indiana, the home of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, just outside of downtown Indianapolis, for race number 22 of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. My name is Nathan Christensen, voice of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. Glad you could join us here on Tuesday, July the 9th, for race 22 of the season, as we get set to bring you qualifying here as cars begin to hit the track for their 2-lap qualifying session, as we will jump down onto the speedway as we will tag along here. You see the number 41 machine. That was Michael Kurdzielek in the 41 butt kicker. Ford Mustang on track. Curtis Sabrin in the 54 Quick Lane Motorcraft Ford, also on the speedway. Tyrone Yo Jr. in his number 2 mobile racing entry there on track, also heading down the back straightaway here at Indianapolis. Eric Thornton in his Apex Racing number 88. They're headed down into turn number 3. Last week's winner, Alan Bledsoe, in his American Tire Distributors number 44, heading down the back straightaway there for us on his qualifying attempt. Jim Hubble in his number 51 Ford there, also on track. James Nelson in the 75 AutoServe Ford Mustang makes his way through turns, I believe, 3 and 4 down to the front straightaway to complete his first time lap. A couple tires have completed their first laps. That is Eric Thornton on the top of the board with a 53.326. James Nelson jumps up to a 53.871. Right behind him in the 85 is his son, Tyler Nelson, but they are slowly moving down the board. As I say that, Lofrano jumps up to second, Alan Bledsoe to third. Michael Kurdzielek holds on to the 4th spot. James Nelson, the 75, still holding on to 5th. As here's a shot of Dave Lofrano heading down the back straightaway in his number 8 car, the Assault Motorsports machine tonight. So new sponsor and team on the side of that one, the number 8. That is the 8 of Dave Lofrano. Curtis Sabrin in the 54, jumps to the top of the board there with a 53.187. Tyrone Yo clocks in with a 54.579. Tyler Nelson, his second lap a little quicker, 53.738. Dave Lofrano back down across the line. Will he improve any? He does. Up to second for Dave Lofrano, a 52.917. Alan Bledsoe goes a little bit quicker with a 52.676. 676, that is, sorry, for Alan Bledsoe. Here comes Hillbilly Dave Hare completing lap number 1 for him as he crosses the line. See where he is able to clock in. Currently 8th, 5th, 53452. That's 8th quick for Dave Hare, the 53452. Right behind him, Brendan Mathia completes his first lap of 53657 for Brendan. Chad Snyder also out on the track tonight, driving that Rebellion Graphics Blues race design number 26, heading down the front straightaway, coming to complete his first lap. He will jump on the board with a time of 56.756. So last right now on the board for the Snyder 26. Through turn 1 and 2, he works it. We'll come back to him as Dave Hare works his way out of turn number 4 down the long front straightaway, currently sitting in the 8th spot. See if he can better his 4.52 this time across the line for Dave in the Gamer Tube Elite Chevrolet Camaro. He's able to jump up to 4th with a 53.069, but just as I say that, Brandon Mathia jumps up to 3rd with a 53.004, bumping Hare down to the 5th spot. Couple more cars still on track completing their qualifying efforts. That is Chad Snyder in his number 26 looking to improve on his 12th place starting spot currently as he rolls out of turn number 4 down to cross the start finish line. He will stop the clock at looking to improve. He does. One spot 53.822 will put Chad in 11th out of the 12 cars to take time. 15 cars on hand here this afternoon. Kelly Thomas, Larry Garnes, Tommy Osborne, the 3 cars to not complete a qualifying lap here as we get set to go. The field will get gridded here for the Indy 240 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He will stop the clock at looking to improve. He does. One spot 53.822 will put Chad in. As the cars are gridding there on the front straightaway, you can see them getting lined up and ready to go as we get set to go 96 laps this afternoon from Indianapolis here on a beautiful afternoon for a motor race. As we are glad you could join us on the SimWorld Racing Network. Always happy to broadcast these races across the internet and for your viewing pleasure, as like I said, 15 cars ready to go here this afternoon. A great field of cars. A few drivers having to take provisionals this evening. It looks like provisionals will be going to Riley Hoots, Michael Boone, and it looks like Travis Rodriguez unable to join us tonight, experiencing some internet-related problems keeping him out of this one. So the field forms up still on the front straightaway as we are almost set to go. As there you see your 15-car field ready to go. Alan Bledsoe, Dave Lurfano will be the front row as they head for one pace lap around the 2.5-mile Speedway. Here's your starting lineup. As I mentioned, Alan Bledsoe and Dave Lurfano make up the front row. Great lap for Alan there. Brendan Mathia and Michael Kurdzlek make up row number 2. Then it will be Dave Hara and Jim Hubble in row number 3. Curtis Sabran out of the Carolinas and James Nelson out of Virginia make up row number 4. Row 5 tonight will see Eric Thornton go off from the 9th spot. Tyler Nelson in the 85 will go from 10th. Behind him in row number 6 will be Chad Snyder's 26 and Tyrone Yo in the number 2 car. Going 13th on the field in row number 7, Kelly Thomas unable to make a qualifying lap tonight. Outside him starting 14th will be the Larry Garnes number 20, and then rounding out tonight's field, the number 1 car, Tommy Osborne, back with us tonight here from Indianapolis. He will bring up the rear of the field, starting 15th. Another car not completing a lap under time trial. So there's the field all set for you. 96 laps, like I said, will be the distance here. The stage breaks will be at the completion of lap 29 and 58. 29 and 58 are the 2 stages tonight. Field rolls through turns 3 and 4 at the end of the long back straightaway. They get set to go racing here in about a quarter of a lap as they work through the short chute down into turn number 4. The front row will be side by side as the rest of the field will be into the Geico restart zone. As the field rolls off of turn number 4, control of the field will be in the hands of the 42, as we go to the starter cam. As we take a look from the starter tower down the front straightaway, they roll through into the Geico restart zone, and we are set to go racing. And green is out, and we are away and racing here from Indy. Down into turn number 1, the field goes. Alan Bledsoe able to get the jump. That opens the second spot up for Lofano to get right down on the bottom and cuts off the nose of the 99. And Brendan Mathia out of turn number 1 they go. Down through turn 2 it's Mathia, Kurdzlek, and the battle is on for 5th. That's Jim Hubble way on the outside. He's having a little bit of trouble. He will get side by side with the 15 down the back straightaway. That is the battle for 5th on your screen. Single file up front, 1 through 4. First battle on track is on the screen. That's for 5th and 6th right now, sitting there as they work their way out of turn number 3, down through the short chute, back to 4, and onto the front straightaway to complete lap number 1. As I said, it looks like we have a battle for the lead up front, side by side. Alan Bledsoe And Dave Lafaro, as Bledsoe will get a good push from the teammate in the 99. That'll lead the first lap to Alan Bledsoe's. Now Dave Lafaro got the inside line, but he's dropped back to about third. He's going to make the move to the inside around Mathia that time. Down through the short chute into turn number 3. Out of turn 2, it's still Bledsoe and Lafano and Mathia side by side down the long back straightaway. Great battle for second here, as now Dave Lafano will tuck into third spot behind the 99 as they enter turn number 3. They work their way single file like a snake down the front straightaway back into turn number 1. It's going to be Bledsoe, Mathia, Lafano, Kurdzalek, and Dave Hera now in 5th spot. Car on the move up 3 spots so far this afternoon. Eric Thornton in that number 88 Apex Racing machine as he works to get his way up into the top 5. Side-by-side battle a little further back between James Nelson and Jeb Hubble as they work through turn number 3. Hubble with the advantage potentially on the bottom. They head into turn number 4. See who comes out of this one on the top. Looks like it's going to be the Nelson 75 as he's able to get in front and clear the 51 as they head down the front straightaway. Now Hubble will use the draft of the 75 down across the line. We complete lap number 3. The race is out of turn number 2. Down the long back straightaway, still leading is the Bledsoe 42 over Matthias Wendy's number 99. Continue to work under green. Lap number 5. Still going to be Bledsoe, Mathia, Lafano, your top 3. Behind him, Kurdzalek in the 41 in front of the 15, running in 5th place. That is Dave Hillbilly here. Right on board the back of the 41 Kurdzalek machine, looking back there at Dave Hera. Now we'll take a look out front of that car as he looks to track down the number 8 of Lafano. They work down through turn number 1. Top 4 have opened up, the top 6 have opened up a gap over the 7th place cars there as they continue to work here under the green flag. Lap number 6 of 96 from the 2.5 mile Speedway in Indianapolis, Indiana. Looks like a battle developing a little further back for 5th place as the Thornton 55 has caught the back bumper of the hill. Billy 15 as they work down the front straightaway. Down into turn 1 and 2 they go. See if Thornton's able to make a move this time on the hillbilly machine through turns 2. Now onto the long back straightaway. Thornton will let the 15 drive in a little deeper to see if he can get a better run on corner exit. Not able to capitalize yet, but he is right there on the back of the 15 as they work through turn number 4 back onto the home stretch. Just like we always say, catching them is one thing, passing them is another, as Eric Thornton has gotten a little bit stuck behind the 15 here, as he has caught up to the back of the hillbilly machine, but unable to get back by him, or get by him, sorry, not back by him, get by him as they continue to work through turns 3 and 4. This time as they come back around to complete the 9th circuit of 96. Up front, though, we see Al Bledsoe open up a 1.1 second lead here as he works his way down across the yard of bricks into turn number 1 as the current leader. There you see the gap back from 6th to 7th, so long. A little bit of a gap there as the field opens up here early in stage number 1. As they work their way through turn 3 and 4, back onto the home stretch. It's still Bledsoe, Mathia, Lafano, Kurtzlek, and Dave Hara, your top 5. Looks like Chad Snyder has made his way to pit road. Chad Snyder on pit road. Looks like Chad unfortunately will be getting a black flag, also potentially speeding on pit road for the number 26. So not a great start to the race for Chad. He appears to, like I mentioned, have gotten a black flag here as he came down pit road for a early race pit stop. Field works lap number 12. It continues to be Bledsoe, Mathia, Lerfano, Kurtzlek. And there in 5th is still Dave Harris. He's been able to open up a bit of a gap between himself and Eric Thornton, the 6th place runner. And we take a look all the way back to the 54 as he comes out at turn number 2 there. That is Curtis Sabrin in the 54. He's about 6 seconds off the car in front of him. So 6-second gap between 6th and 7th at this point. Looking lap number 12. Have Jum Hubble make a move to the inside of Kelly Thomas on the drive down into turn number 1. Able to clear the 28 on the exit of 1, and he is going to slide up in front of him and take away the 8th spot from Kelly Thomas. So moved the 51 up to 8th and the 28 back to 9th. So it looks like also while this was going on, Larry Garnes has come down pit road to complete his pit stop. So Larry Garnes also cycling through his first pit stop of the stage. Up front though continues to be the 42 of Alan Bledsoe leading the way over Lefano Kurdzlek and Mathia Lefano Kurdzlek and Hera at this point. About 0.8 of a second back from first is second place there, and then 1.6 seconds from the leader back to third Lefano as they work down the back straightaway. So the field really gets stretched out here around this long 2.5 mile track. Looks like we got to move back to the inside. The 28, he will look to the inside of Hubble down the back straightaway and make that pass completed on the entry of turn number 3 and move the 28 back to 9th. Just like that, he is back ahead of the Hubble 51. They went down into turn number 3, completing that pass. As we work our way to the halfway point of stage number 1, as we are 14 laps complete, working on lap number 15 as we keep an eye on the battle further back in. The Packus Hubble looks to make a move back around the 28 this time, potentially down into turn number 3. Drop to the inside, able to get side by side on the entry. Kelly's going to leave him a lot of room to get the pass done and drop back in behind, not to lose, so he doesn't lose too much ground off the back of the 51 as they head down to corner number 4. Up front though, Alan Bledsoe continues to lead the way over the Mathia Wendy's sponsor number 99. Then you have Dave Lefano in the Assault Motorsports number 8, holding on to third still. Kurdzlek there sitting in the 4th spot in that butt kicker Mosa Ford. And then Dave Harris still rounding out the top 5 in the Gamer Tube Elite number 15 as he heads down the back straightaway, down back to turn number 3. Bledsoe works his way off of turn 4, back down across the line to complete lap 16 of this 96 lap race. As we have 80 laps to go, 80 laps to go this time. Looks like a few more pit stops happening as Curtis Sabrin in the 54, he's down pit road. So is James Nelson in the 75. They will complete their pit stops here in stage number 1 of the Indy 240. 96 laps, 240 miles around the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Speedway, Indiana, just outside of downtown Indianapolis Motor Speedway. If you ever get the chance, I definitely recommend checking out the Speedway. Even if it's not an event going on, they definitely have a very cool Indy Motorsports Museum right on the infield. Inside turns 1 and 2, you actually come through the tunnel off of the street beside turns 1 and 2 and the short street. You come underneath the racetrack down into the infield, and the building is right there for you to take a look in. And they do offer a full track tour on a bus. It'll stop at many different spots around the circuit, including the Yard of Bricks right at the start finish line, as well as a trip up into the pagoda to see the views from the suites. Very cool experience for those who get the chance to come out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Obviously, Indianapolis Motor Speedway home to many huge events in motorsports, including the Indy 500 and the NASCAR race, originally dubbed the Brickyard 400. It then shifted to the infield road course that uses part of the oval as well as part of the road course. But here for 2024, the shift back to the 2.5 mile oval has seen another oval added back to the calendar. Sure, a lot of the drivers are happy with that as we see more pit stops on the way. As you see the 8 of Lefano and the 41, Kurjalak jumped down onto pit road, and Eric Thornton also on pit road with them. So pit stops happening here, fast and furious, as more and more cars head down pit road, including Kelly Thomas this time also. So about half the field has completed their first pit stop of the race, as we look for the other half to not be too far behind them. See if anyone else makes the decision to come down pit road, this time off of turn 4. Guys like Bledsoe, Mathia, Hara, Hubble, Tyler Nelson, and Tommy Osborne still all yet to pit in this one. Not going to be the lap for these guys at this time by, as there you can see the 2 leaders bypass pit road, 3rd place too, so the top 3 stay on track to do another one, as we are 19 down and 77 to go here in Indy. So as you're going to start to see the cars joining back to the field, they got to take that long on road through the inside of turns 1 and 2 and get back up to speed. This is a battle to stay on the lead lap with the 88 on the inside, with Bledsoe going by on the outside. Thornton will slip in the tire tracks of the 42 down into turn number 1. Sorry, that is turn 3. So unable to stay on the lead lap here under pit stop cycle. Looks like both Bafano and Kurjalak were able to stay on the lead lap, so they are the tail end of the lead lap. And first car 1 lap down at this point is that Thornton number 88. Across the line they go. Still some cars yet to pit, as we previously mentioned. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 cars yet to make their pit stops. And now Thornton looks to the outside of the 42 on the exit of turn number 2. He'll get that pass done. Yes, he will, as the 42 will think better going side by side all the way down the back straight. He'll tuck in behind the 88, who has, I'm assuming, newer tires on that thing. Let's see. Yes, sir. 14-second pit stop last time, so that is full tank of fuel and 4 fresh Goodyear tires on that 88. So everyone else, not everyone, but a group of the other drivers took 2 tires here in this one. Keep in mind, keep an eye on pit road. The pit lane speed limit goes into effect at that yellow cone. So even before the pit road starts, these guys have to be down under the pit speed. And it looks like these 2 gentlemen made it just in the nick of time. No black flags reported on the entry of pit road for both the 42 and the 99. That's going to turn the lead over to the number 15, GamerTube Elite Chevrolet Camaro of Dave Hara, Hillbilly, as he heads down the back straightaway. He will be in first place on the scoreboard for the time being. Himself and Tyler Nelson in the 85, 2 cars have yet to come down pit road to complete their stops. Looks like a handful of guys took 2 tires only based on the time of their pit stops. And it also looks like Brendan Mathia will beat the 42 off of pit road. So Mathia, a quicker pit stop. Great work by his team as they work their way through turn 2 now on the inside route there. The pit on road, getting back on the track as they are going to get back up to speed. Looks like Bledsoe's going to get a great run off of the corner and off of pit road. There goes side by side down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As I say that, looks like both Dave Hara and Tyler Nelson headed down pit road to see the pit crews and get the tires and the fuel changed on those machines. Back up front though, Alan Bledsoe, like I said, a great run off of pit road, able to get back around 99, who beat him off of pit road. But a great run back up to speed and on the track. Sees the 42 get back by the 99. As the field works their way back down through 1 and 2, we get closer to the end of stage number 1, coming at the completion of lap number 29. This time by will complete 23 laps. 73 to go in the distance, and only a handful before the end of stage 1. So last week's winner, Alan Bledsoe, continues to lead the way here in Indy over Mathia, Lerfano, Kurdzielek, and Dave Harris. So your top 5 after pit stops. As I mentioned, Bledsoe picking up the win last week at the Pocono Raceway. Week before that, Travis Rodriguez picked up his second career win in the Cup Series. That was from the Chicago Street Course. And then prior to that, Alan Bledsoe with a win at Nashville. And then the 3 races leading up to that were all Brendan Mathia. So it's been a lot of Brendan Mathia and Alan Bledsoe at the top of the scoring pylon the past handful of weeks, with the Travis Rodriguez thrown in there. But the field works its way down the back straight away here on lap number 25. Hope you're having a great Tuesday evening as we hit 9 o'clock Eastern on the East Coast from the broadcast studio here for the Sim World Racing Network, as we continue to watch the field click off laps here in the early part of the Indy 246, getting ahead of myself, 240 miles, 96 laps. Same as last week, actually. Last week's event at Pocono on a same but different 2.5 mile Speedway saw 96 laps the distance there. So a little bit of race left to go in front of us here as we work lap number 26, 25 complete. There's the gap between first, second, third, fourth, and fifth at the top of your screen, all on the same straightaway, this time down into turn number 1. Loose off of turn 1 exit for the number 42. He's able to keep it going and not lose too much ground that time as he continues to lead the way. This time out of turn number 4 will complete 27. Should see the closing of pit road. 2 laps to go in stage number 1 as these cars work lap number 28. As you see the field slowly closing in on the back of the number 2 Tyrone Mobile 1 machine there as he works just in front of the leaders off of turn number 4 down across the start finish line. As you can see the Mobile 1 machine there, Tyrone Yo. There's the look back and the gap back to the leaders at this point. So Tyrone just hoping to stay on the tail end of the lead lap and not become the lucky dog here early in this one, as a handful of cars are already 1 lap down. Chad Snyder, I say handful, it's only 2. Chad Snyder and Tyler Nelson both 1 lap down in the field. Looks like Brendan Mathia got loose there off of turn number 1. That's going to open the door for Dave Lerfano here on the last lap of stage number 1. We could have a battle for the second position. Down the back straightaway, side by side, will be a drag race into turn number 3. Camry on the inside, Camaro on the outside. They battle their way down the back straightaway. Advantage Dave Lafano on corner entry. See if Mathia can use the top groove and a bit of momentum to stay side by side through the short chute back down into turn number 4. This time he's going to clear him, and Lafano's going to be able to pull up in front of the 99 as they race back down to the start right and the completion of stage 1. Both of them got a little squirrely that time out of turn number 4, but they are going to come across the line. It's going to be 8th and then the 99. And the caution is out at the completion of stage number 1. So, as the caution drops on the field in the completion of stage number 1, that win for the stage will go to the 42 of Alan Bledsoe. Dave Lafano on that move into turn number 3 will get second. Brendan Mathia third. Michael Kurgelek in fourth. Eric Thornton fifth. Dave Hara sixth. Kelly Thomas seventh. Curtis Sabrin eighth. Ninth to Jim Hubble, and 10th to James Nelson. He will score the final 1 point in the stage, as the field will make their way back around, catch the back of the caution truck, and we will see pit lane open here at the completion of stage number 1 for what I'm assuming is a full set of pit stops for everyone on Speedway, as most of those guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars seem to have taken only either fuel only or right side tires and fuel only. So the field catches up to the back of the iRacing pace car. My mistake. It is a pace car tonight as they work their way down the back straightaway, as pit road will open up this time as they hit turn number 4. As I say that, though, we're going to take a step away for a quick second. We'll be right back. After pit stops, we'll reset the field and go back to green here for stage number 2 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is the SimWorld Racing Network, broadcast of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. My name is Nathan Christensen, and we will be right back in a second. Pace car tonight as they work their way down the back straightaway, as pit road will open up this time as they hit turn number 4. As I say that, though, we're going to take a step away for a quick second. We'll be right back. After pit stops, we'll reset the field and go back to the Welcome back to Sim World Racing Network. My name again, Nathan Christensen, voice of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. As the field goes side by side through turn number 2, looks like the lights are off on the caution car, which means green flag. This time out of turn number 4 for these guys as we look to start stage number 2. Bit of a shake-up in the lineup after those pit stops. Looks like Dave Lafano lost 3 spots on pit road as the 42 comes out as the leader. The 99 back to second spot on his outside there. Michael Kurgelek up to the 3rd spot in the 41. Eric Thornton outside him in row number 2. There's Dave Lafano in his number 8, and Kelly Thomas make up row number 3. Then behind him it's Dave Hara in the 15 and Curtis Sabrin in the 54. Tyrone Yo and Jim Hubble will be in row number 6, James Nelson and Larry Garns row number 8. Then Tommy Osborne, Chad Snyder, and Tyler Nelson will bring up the tail of the field as the leaders work their way through turns 3 and 4. This time out of 4, we'll go back green flag racing as we get set to start stage number 2, headed towards the completion of 58. The completion of lap 58 will be the end of stage number 2. Side-by-side double file into the Geico restart zone there, marked on the fence by those cones. As the leader will be the first car to fire. As they are into the restart zone, green flag is up, and we are back racing here in Indy. Great jump for the 42 over the 99. Side by side for second is Kurgelek on the inside of Thornton and Hara on the inside of Kelly for 5th and 6th. 6th and 7th? 5th and 6th. This time through turn number 2, they still side by side battle for second. Almost make some contact on the exit. Still a little bit of beating and banging there, but they are still side by side down the back straightaway. Kurgelek's got the position on the bottom with Thornton on the outside. Lafano on his back bumper on the outside, but Kelly Thomas right there on the back of the 41 going through the inside. Thornton gets way wide that time on the entry of turn number 3. That's going to open the door for Lafano and Kelly to both get by. Now Hara will squeak by and a bunch more behind him. Move Kurgelek into 3rd. Lafano up to 4th. He's being challenged by the Kelly Thomas 28 as they drop into line single file behind him down the front straightaway. Now Hara looks to the inside of the Thomas number 28 down through turn number 1 and down through the short chute and back down to turn number 2. On the inside is the 15, outside him the 28 still. They make their way back out of turn number 2. It looks like Thomas is going to get that advantage on the spots. Will give him 5th. Hara back to 6th. Thornton on his back bumper running in 7th. Up front though, it continues to be Alan Bledsoe leading the way over Matthias Kurgelek, Lafano, and Kelly Thomas. Now Thornton goes to the inside on the entry of turn number 1. He's going to look to pass the 15, gets that done. Down the short chute and looks to set it back up to have a good run out of turn number 2. See if he can back to the back bumper the 28 and make a move on him going into turn number 3. Side by side for 8th and 9th as Curtis and James Nelson side by side on the entry of turn 3. Give the better line to the 75 on the bottom, see if he can pull it off. Still side by side on the exit, but a great run out of the short chute and down into turn number 4 for the 75. He's going to see if he can clear him on exit. Able to make that work as the 75 slips up in front of the 54 down the front straightaway. Move Nelson up to the 8th spot. Up front though continues to be the Bledsoe 42, the American Tire Distributor 42 Chevrolet Camaro over the Wendy's number 99 of Matthias. And you have the butt kicker Moza Motorsports number 41 Ford Mustang, and the number 8 Assault Motorsports Graham Collision number 8 there working down the back straightaway. Fanos might have a run to the outside as Kurtz is going to come up to cut that move off, and he will keep that position as they work through turn 3 down the chute into 4. complete lap number 37 in the books so far this afternoon. As we have 59 to go that time across the line, as Alan Bledsoe just set a new overall quick time with a 52.622. 5.2622, fastest lap of the race so far. Take a look at the last time across the line for the entire field. Bledsoe with an 8.36. Mathia 0.25. 1.53 and an 0.21 for Lurfano. So Bledsoe obviously still the fastest car on the track here at lap number 38 as we continue to work laps here in stage number 2 of the Indy 140 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Speedway, Indiana, just outside of downtown Indianapolis. Quick look at the weather. Let's see here. What do we got? 62% humidity, 110 degree track temperature, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. So a beautiful day. No clouds in the sky at this point for this race. So great event here as the return to the oval for the NASCAR style cars here. So you can see on the right hand side of your screen, you can see the pit stop length. So longest couple guys went pretty long in stage number 1, as you can see the difference there. As you can see these guys weaving and bopping and jiving as they head down the front straightaway. 4 cars here all tucked together. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th is right there on the entry of turn number 1. Keep an eye on Kelly Thomas's speedometer and gear status there on the right hand side, up to 187, 188, 190. He cracks as he on the entry of turn number 3, but he's going to get out of it a little early as he'll be on the top side as Eric Thornton makes the move to the inside. Not able to make that work though, as Thornton has to get back in line behind the Thomas 88 through turn number 4. Now as he works back onto the start finish line straight, give that position still in the hands of the 28. On board the spoiler cam here, looking back at those guys battling behind him, seeing if they can figure out where and how to make a move to improve their positions here as we work through the middle part of stage number 2. Just a reminder, everyone across the top of your screen in red is currently locked into a playoff position with a win. Everyone in yellow is currently sitting in the... Oh, that got pretty dicey on the entry of turn 3. They went 3 wide there for a second. Oh, we got contact between the 75 and the 88. Everyone looks like they're able to continue. Got the worst of that one was the Nelson 75. She's going to lose a handful of spots there after making contact with the 88. Let's see if we can get a replay of what happened in that one. So it looks like the 88 went to make a move, went in there pretty hot. He got up into the 88, 28. He got up into the wall, bounced back across. The 88 tried to avoid it, got into the 75, and the 75, like I said, was the worst. Got the worst of that one. Let's take another look here. As you can see, the 28 come down into the 88, gets into the 75. Unfortunately, not too much damage there as it all snaps back into position as the 75 was able to continue. Unfortunately, losing 3 or 4 spots that time. Looks like Jim Hubble had an off-track experience. So let's see if we can see a replay of what happened. Oh, Hubble out into the outside wall down through turn 3 and 4. He is going to slide it down into the inside wall and make contact with that wall. He's able to drive it back to pit road, I believe. Looks like he might have called it a night, or he is getting towed, one or the other. But up front, Alan Bledsoe continues to lead the way. by about 1.84 seconds over the Mathia number 99. This is the biggest lead he's had all afternoon over the Mathia Wendy's machine, who is running in second spot there. In front of the Kurdzalek number 41 holds on to third. As these guys are headed down pit road, everyone hard under the brakes. Oh, good gosh, Kurds into the wall to keep it off the 99. I'm not sure if he was able to get it slowed down in time. Doesn't look like he got a black flag, so Kurds was able to get it slowed down in time and down onto pit road there. So that is good news. He did make substantial contact with that inside wall, trying to keep it off the 99 as he was coming in a lot quicker than Mathia was. So it looks like Mathia is going to take right side tires. No tires for the 41. Mathia is actually going to take 4 there. You can see the right side and the left side go up on that car. So Mathia, 4 tire stop for that number 99 car. He's going to come back out. He's going to lose at least 1 spot on pit road to the 41. But up front, it's the 42 of Alan Bledsoe coming back around to complete lap number 44. You can see all the cars coming back on the track from pit road, having to use that inside access road through turns 1 and 2 before they can get back onto the full speedway on the back straightaway and get back up to speed. There is no speed limit on that access road. Once they clear the end of pit road on the exit, they are able to get up to as quick of a speed as they want, but still maintaining some control as they need to keep it on this slim, narrow access road all the way back around to turn number 2. So pit stops completed for a handful of drivers. We'll take a look here. Hold on, we got too much stuff going on the screen. So everyone but the top 4 have come back down to pit road. Bledsoe, Hera, Osborne, and Garnes all still need to come down to pit road to make it to the end of stage number 2. We will keep an eye on when those guys will be down pit road, this time through turn 3 and 4. Bledsoe continues to lead the way. So looks like Kurdzalek and Lerfano both took only 2 tires. Oh, as Bledsoe gets on the brakes and is blocking pit road, gets that straightened out and headed down pit road. We're going to avoid a caution with a nice piece of driving by the 42. Is he able to avoid the black flag? He was. He definitely got it slowed down in time, but he also got it a lot sideways coming down to pit road. Let's just take a rewind here and we'll take a look at what happened to him coming down pit road. So he makes the decision to head to pit road. Just carrying a lot of speed and a lot of rear brake bias as that car gets squirrely. Ooh, slides across the timing line, comes to a stop, able to continue and make his pit stop. So pretty decent save considering how fast he was going coming down to pit road, but that's definitely going to hand the lead over to a new car as Dave Hera has yet to pit as he is the new leader. So Dave Hera on the track is scored as the leader at this point, but he still does have to make a pit stop here in stage number 2. Once he makes a pit stop, that will hand the lead over to the second place currently running Mike Kurdzalek in the 41. See if he is able to capitalize on this his no tire stop. He took no tires, fuel only on his last pit stop. Oh, he almost gets up into the fence. That was pretty close. Dave Lafano got pretty high up there too on corner exit, but we continue under green flag. These two running second and third, but will inherit the lead once that 15 of Dave Hera and the Gamer 2 Beliep Camaro comes down to pit road. We're about 11 laps away from the end of stage number 2 as we continue to work here with 49 laps to go here as we are at the halfway point of this one. The field continues to work under green. Only caution so far, knock on wood, it's been for the stage break at stage number 2. We'll keep an eye on Dave Hara as he works through turns 3 and now down the short chute into 4. Still the only car yet to pit here in stage number 2. Last time on pit road was lap number 31. So a couple guys still looking to pick up their first victories on the season. Haven't been able to crack that winner's circle quite yet. One of them being the 15 of Dave Hara. He is currently showing here. We're going to take a quick look at the points while we run here under the green flag. So there you can see Dave Hara currently running in 6th spot. In front of him in 5th, the current 2nd place runner tonight, Michael Kurgelek, then James Nelson in 4th. Alan Bledsoe, Dave Lafano, and Brendan Mathia, the top 3 here in the points coming into tonight's event. They are all locked into the playoff with the win as indicated by the red highlight on their name. Nelson, Kurgelek, and Hara are currently in the playoffs, in a position to make the playoffs, just not locked in quite yet. That's why their name's not in red. Then you have Rodriguez in 7th, Ken Pack, Riley Hoots, Curtis Sabrin also without a win, locked in the playoffs. Kyle Purcell also locked in, not here tonight. Larry Stubblefield, Chad Snyder, Tyrone Yo, Michael Boone, and Kelly Thomas all in the playoffs, with Larry Garns on the outside looking in. So Larry will looking to have a good result here. He is only so Kelly Thomas, he's 6 points behind Thomas, but because of Thomas being locked in, he's actually chasing down Michael Boone, who he will score more points than Boone tonight, as Boone is unable to join us. We'll be using a personal, so Boone will be awarded last place points -1 at the end of the race. So as long as at this point Larry will make up some points on Boone, right, because he will guarantee to finish at least in front of him, and with one car out of this race already, he will not finish last. Currently running 12th out of 15. So there's a look at the points so far here at race number, after 21 of 26 regular season races, as we are getting ever so closer to the playoffs here. Just a few more races, 4 more races between, 4.5 I guess, between us and the playoffs starting in about a month and a half. Next week, Richmond, then Michigan. And at the end of July, we'll have an off week before we head to what could be a wild card race for a lot of people, Daytona International Speedway, and then finish the regular season up with a nighttime showdown at Darlington Raceway to finish the regular season, race number 26 of the regular season. And we'll lock in the top 16, and we will battle it out for the playoffs starting at that point. We'll have a round of 16, we'll have a round of 12, 8, and then 4. So just like the Cup Series does in real life, we will follow that same kind of playoff structure as well as the same schedule. Just a few weeks apart from each other. Actually, we're on the same week now, I think, to believe it or not. But pretty close to it if not. And then we will start the playoffs here in about a month and a half. As Hillbilly continues to stay out on track, still yet to pit here in stage 2 as we work down to the nitty-gritty of this stage. He's almost 3/4 of a lap approximately ahead of the 2nd place car as they work on lap number 53 complete. One thing he's got to be cautious of if he does want to pit, if he's trying to make, obviously he not sure if he can make it to the end, but if he is, he's just got to make, and if he doesn't, he's got to make sure he pits before we close the pit lane with 2 laps to go. So still a bit of work to do for the number 15 machine here as we come around off of turn number 4 this time to complete lap 54 of 96 here tonight. And he has really slowed the pace down as the 75 is right there on his back bumper this time, working down the front straightaway. Currently Nelson sits the first car 1 lap down in the lucky dog position after he had his incident with the 88 and the 28 there, a handful of laps ago. 75. Whoa, we'll look to the outside of the 15 Hare machine. That got a little dicey on the entry of turn number 3. Hare continues to lead the way here, working lap number 55. Not making life easy for the 75, that's for sure. So we'll continue to watch him, see if he can stretch this out to the end. Well, as I say that, he heads down, makes the left-hand turn onto pit lane. Got to get that car woed up enough to get down to the pit road speed limit and bring that to the attention of his crew, though. All that was going on, the 99 of Brendan Mathai able to catch up and drive around the second and the third and fourth place cars, moving himself into second spot. And he should inherit the lead as he works his way through turn number 3, back on to turn number 4, the short chute, through the short chute that is, into turn number 4, and he will come on to the home stretch here as they will complete, we're already on lap 56 as the leader is on pit road. So it looks like Dave Harris completed his pit stop. He will be headed back out. He should rejoin the field here momentarily. You should see him on the inside access road. There he is there as Mathia rolls around the outside of him to turn number 1, down, back across the start. Sorry, through turn 2. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about at this point, to be honest. Mathia works his way now down the back straightaway. Bledsoe now back up into second after his incident on entry run into pit road last time he made a pit stop. But new leader Brendan Mathia over Alan Bledsoe, Mike Kurdzilek, Dave Lafano, and Dave Hare after all that will cycle back out in the 5th position. But Dave Lafano and Kurdzilek go in a battle here for 3rd and 4th on the entry of turn number 3. Looks like Dave Lafano will get that position as they head down the front straightaway. Move Lafano to 3rd, Kurdzilek 4th, Dave Hare there on your screen running in 5th spot. This time across the line, 56 laps complete as close the pit road, so that means 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. One thing to keep in mind is the 2 leaders up front, Mathia and Bledsoe, both took 4 tires and fuel on their stop, while everyone behind them, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th all took only 2 tires, either 2 tires and fuel or fuel only, as there's sub 8, sub 7, and 8 second pit stops. So that could have been the difference there, allowing these 2 cars to drive back around everyone. Those new tires obviously make a big difference here as we get to the end of the stage. See if Mathia has the ability to hold off the 42 way down to the inside wall, now way back out to the outside wall, almost like the IndyCar style, as Mathia continues to lead here. 1 lap to go here in stage number 2. Big playoff point on the line for the stage win, so Mathia doing all he can to hold off the charge from the 42 as they work down into turn number 3. 2 corners on the short chute and half the front straightaway to get through before the 42, before the 99 can chalk up that playoff point, this time out of turn number 4. It's going to be Mathia and Bledsoe crossing the line. Oh, wow, as I say that, Mathia into the outside wall. That's going to let Bledsoe go through to the inside, as Bledsoe will lead the way as he will be the winner of stage number 2. We just got to wait for the 15 car to cross the start-finish line. There he is. Caution is out on the track at the completion of stage number 2. I probably jinxed it for Brendan Mathia as he got way loose out of turn number 4, made contact with the outside wall, opened the door for the 42 to come around and collect the stage win. Let's take a look here at what happened to Mathia off of turn 4. This car just gets loose on him and gets up into that outside wall. He makes heavy contact with the wall as he continues, able to continue and complete a second spot. But definitely not what he wanted here. You take another look here, just gets loose and up into the wall he goes. Nice bit of driving by the 42, I'll be honest, to avoid the contact. Getting into the back of him, because that just would have been even worse for both those guys. So as the field rolls back down the front straightaway, the winner, like I mentioned, of stage number 2, the 42 of Bledsoe, as he will work his way around to the back of the iRacing pace car, should catch him on the back straightaway. Pit road will open up this time by, and the pit stops will begin for the full tank of fuel and 4 fresh tires for everyone this time, as we get down to the final stage here. 37 laps to go from Indianapolis. As the field rolls back down the front straightaway, the winner, like I mentioned, of stage number 2, the 42 of Bledsoe, as he will work his way around to the back of the iRacing pace car, should catch him on the back straightaway. Pit road will open up this time by, and the pit stops will begin for the full tank of fuel and 4 fresh tires for this time. As the field doubles up behind the iRacing pace car heading down the back straightaway out of turn number 2 right there on your screen. We get set to go back racing here on stage number 3. The leader at this time of the restart will be the number 99, Brendan Mathia, won the race off of pit road over the Bledsoe 42. Behind them, in row number 2 will be Lerfano on the inside and Kurjlek on the outside. Then we have Dave Hara and Eric Thornton in row 3. That'll be Kelly Thomas and Curtis Sabrin in row 4. Chad Snyder and Tommy Osborne will make up row 5. Larry Garnes and James Nelson back there in row 6. And then Tyrone Yo and Tyler Nelson here catching up to the back of the field will make up the last row. All drivers on the lead lap at this point. Only 2 cautions up to this point in the event. Both of them for stage ends. So great race here put on by the 15 drivers in attendance this afternoon from Indianapolis as we get set to go back green flag racing with 34 laps to the end of this one. Was the complete lap number 61 this time off of turn number 62 laps completed this time off of turn number 4. Down into the restart zone there, the cone indicated on the walls on the inside. Green flag should be back out. There it is, green flag is back out, and Mathia will be the car on the inside to get the jump out in front of the 42. He's going to try to bring the 8 with him through on the inside, but don't give up on the 42 as they go side by side through turn 1. The 99 able to clear him and slide up in front on the exit of turn number 1. Down through turn 2, still the 99, the 8, the 41 there battling out as we work our way now down the long back straightaway. Kurjlek up into the wall on the exit of turn number 3. We'll see if that's going to slow him down any. As he made some pretty good contact on that turn exit there. Oh, he's able to slide in between the 15 and 88 off of turn number 4. Only lost 1 spot. See if he's able to keep the car going and pointing in the right direction here as we continue through this run to the end. So 15 looks to his inside, not able to make that move quite yet through turn 1, but we got cars dashing and sliding and bumping and banging a little further back. Group with the 54, the 28, the 26, and the 75. Able to get themselves all sorted out with no too much damage to anyone. Now we got to move again. Dave Hare looks to the inside of Kurjlek through turns 3. He's going to push up way hard, able to open. That's going to open the door, for the 41 to try to make the crossover move back down into turn number 4. Kurjlek able to make it side by side on the exit of 4. They're going to have a drag race down the front straightaway. 15 on the outside, 41 on the inside. Across the line, 15 with the advantage. But the 41's going to have a good line on the entry to turn number 1. If he's able to keep it down and keep it off the 15. Is he? Ooh, they touch a little bit. That's going to slow both of those guys down. And the 54 is right there looking to pounce. This time, turns 2. It's going to be the 41 getting a good run. Now the 15 gets up into the outside wall. That's going to cost him 2 spots as both Nelson and Sabrin go through on the inside. Now Kelly Thomas right up to the back bumper of the 15, but he's got someone on his inside. That's the 26 and the Blues Race Design machine of Chad Snyder. Snyder looks to the inside of the 28 that time through turn 3, able to get that position. Now he's going to go to work on the back bumper of the 15 through turn 4. Chad Snyder up to 9th. Up front, though, continues to be the Mathia 99 leading the way over the Bledsoe 42. Then the Dave Lerfano number 8. Assault Motorsports Graham Collision Machine right there in 3rd spot, holding on to the back bumper of the number 42. Might have just gotten to the wall a little bit there through the midsection of turns 1 and 2 down the short chute. Able to keep it rolling, though. As we continue here under green. 31 laps to go this time. Or, sorry, that time across the line. Continue to see if a battle develops here for second right now on the track. It's the 42 and the 8 going at it. This time off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. 42 and the 99 go to the inside wall. Lafano keeps it up on the outside wall as they head down into turn number. Leaders work their way through turn number 2, down past the sweets and onto the back straightaway. Should see at least one more pit stop out of all these cars as we work towards the end of this one. So you can see the stint lengths they've been able to run so far. Longest anyone has gone is 24 laps. That was Dave Hare last segment, 24 laps. Get him to the end. So they've already run 7 laps here in stage number 3 since the last time they pitted. So definitely we'll need to do at least one more pit stop here to get to the end of this one. As we will take a look a little further back at the Kurzelac car. There's the number 41 just getting around the 88 that time through turn 1 and 2 as they work down the back straightaway. Thornton's going to leave the door open on the bottom for the 54 to try to make a move this time down the front straightaway. See if he's able to get it done or no. Knows at the line it's going to be the 54. Down into turn number 1, he's going to use the bottom and the momentum to carry himself right by the 88 and move the 54 up to 5th. For 6 now as the 15 looks to the inside of the 88 that time. Down into turn 4, still trying to make that move work. He's going to be able to slip by and sneak up in front of the 88 that time off of turn 4. Move Hare in front of the Thornton 88 down the front straightaway. Alvin Nelson, 75, looks to make a similar type move on the 88 this time through turn number 2. Is he able to get it done? Looks like he's going to have the advantage and a great run off the bottom of turn number 2. Able to slip back in front of the, slip up in front of the 88 that time out of turn number 2. Give the spot to the 75. There's the 75, and Nelson works his way now up into the 7th spot here with 27 laps to go. 26 this time across the line. Up front, though, continues to be Brendan Mathia leading Bledsoe. Then Lafano. Back in 4th spot, you have Mike Kurzelac and the 54, Curtis Sabrin. They're holding on in his number 54 Motocraft Ford machine, the Ford Mustang of that driver. Works his way through turn number 2 right now. Aboard the auto serve roof cam, looking back at the hard charging 15. That is Dave Hare behind him, looking to cut into that gap between himself and the 54 as they work down into turn number 3. See the gap between Hera and Sabrin, about 0.6 of a second as they work across the start-finish line. This time right there across the yard bricks they go. Oh, 54 into the outside wall that time off of turn number 1. That's going to let the 15 close right up in on the back of the number 54. He got the lead. Sorry, closes that gap down to about a half a second. As that contact for the 54, hopefully not too detrimental, as they work their way still down the back straightaway. As we are away, Alan Bledsoe has managed to take the lead from his teammate, the number 99, and Brendan Mathai. We'll see if we can find a replay of the pass, how he got that done. Here it is. Here we'll take a look at the pass for the lead down into turn number 1. Bledsoe on the bottom, Mathai on the outside, and Bledsoe's able to roll that bottom pretty nice. They're even side by side down the short street, but the better positioning goes to the 42 through the second half of the turn, and he is going to slide up in front of that Wendy's 99 and take control of this one back to where he started it from, on the front, out front. So as these two run nose to tail through turn number 4, they've opened a little bit of a gap back to the 8 of Lurfano there, running in third, then Kurgelek still holding on to fourth, and Curtis Sabrin still holding on to that 5th spot here with 23 laps to go from the Indy 240 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. These guys changing gears here as they work their way through the final portion of this race. You can see him down in the 4th gear as he works through turn number 4 this time off of the corner. He'll shift it back up to 5th as he hits about the Geico restart zone. We'll see how quick he can top it out at the end of the front straightaway. Up to 192 that time into turn number 1. So as Bledsoe begins to open up a gap to Mathai, he falls back a little bit into the grass of the number 8 car in third. I apologize for that. That is Dave Lurfano there running in 3rd spot. And we'll take a look back from the Lurfano machine all the way back to the Kurgelek 41, who is sitting in 4th spot at this point, and then back to the 5th place car. That is the 54 Curtis Sabrin leading in 5th, leading the way in 5th over the 15 in 6th right there on your screen, and then 7th, that'll be the James Nelson number 75. As we got a car headed to pit road, looks like it'll be Dave Hillbilly Hara on to pit road here with 21 laps to go, the final pit stop for him in this event. So the car that was the last car to stop in both the first 2 stages is the first car to stop in stage number 3. So as you can see, he is on pit road, headed to his pit stall. We got a car headed to pit road. Looks like it'll be Dave Hillbilly Hara on the pit road here with 21 laps. He will get 2 tires and then a 4-tire stop for the 15 machine as he will rejoin the field here as the 42 comes off of pit road, and the 42 comes off of turn 4 and the 99 heads down pit road to the attention of his pit crew. He will bring the 54 onto pit road with him, so this could be the start of the pit cycle for stage number 3. There you see Tommy Osborne in the Night Owl So's number 1 Chevrolet Camaro. He is also on pit road, but up front it continues to be Alan Bledsoe leading the way as he comes out door to door, even with the 15 of Dave Hara as they head down to turn 3. Hara will tuck it in behind the Bledsoe number 42 this time as they head into turn number 3 through the short street and down into turn number 4. See if anyone heads down pit road this time out of turn 4. It won't be Bledsoe, but it will be Lurfano and Kurgelek both heading to pit road there as they both get down to pit road speed by the time they cross that timing line. Kelly Thomas also headed that way as he will cross that line and headed down pit road. All three of these cars will bring their car to the attention of their respective pit crews. Probably 4 tires and a full tank of Sunoco Racing Ethanol 85 will be what they need to get this vehicle home to the end. As you can see them down into their pit stall. As Alan Bledsoe, though, continues to be the leader here with 19 to go. This time will be 18 across the line if he comes. No, he is headed down pit road. So the 18 car will be on pit road. There you can see him making his pit stop. That'll turn the lead over to the 75 of James Nelson right there. He will come across the line as the leader on lap number 77. He will start the 78 circuit with 18 to go as the leader. As Bledsoe, Larry Garnes on pit road. So only one car left to pit in this one. It is the number 75 of James Nelson, last car to have to make a pit stop here in this last stage of the Indy 240. And just like that, the 75 makes the left-hand turn off the front straightaway down onto pit road, and he will bring it to the attention of his pit crew and look for the 42 of Bledsoe as he rejoins the field just in front of the Dave Lafano number 8. So that'll put Bledsoe back into the lead when the pit stops cycle through as they make their way down into turn 3 and 4. So Lafano was able to catapult over in front of the 99 on pit road. Looks like Lafano's stop of 10.45 seconds was right side tires and fuel only for that machine. Everyone else with a 14.8 and 15.1 looks like they all took 4 tires. So they battle out down here as we get down. 16 laps to go this time across the line as Alan Bledsoe will be the renew leader here as they work into turn number 1. Dave Lafano right there on his back bumper though as they work through turn 1. There's the 85 of Tyler Nelson, son of James Nelson, just in front of them as they work through turn 2 now. The top 3 are right there, nose to tail, off the toe, down the back straightaway. Tyler Nelson does the polite thing and stays right against the outside wall, lets the 3 leaders go through on the inside as they will continue to follow each other through turn number 4, back down onto the front straightaway, and the battle is on for the final 16 laps to crown today's Indy 240 winner. Bledsoe goes down to the inside wall. No one goes with them as Mathia and Lafano stay on the top side. Bledsoe opens up a little bit of a gap back to Lafano there, but the 99 right there on the back bumper of the 8. As we continue to work here, 16 laps to go that is, here as we work our way back down the front straightaway. It'll be 15 this time across the line for the 42. Gap from first to second at about 0.6 of a second, and the gap back to third from second only about half a car length as they work their way down the back straightaway. Down into turn 3 continues to be Bledsoe, Lafano, Mathia, Herrick, like your top 5. battle for the lead, heading down to, sorry, battle for second as the 99 look to the inside of the 8 down into turn number 1. Not able to capitalize there as they work their way down the short chute into turn number 2 now. Still the 8 holding off the 99 here as we work the last handful of laps here in stage number 3. It's been the 42 up front for most of the afternoon, leading away in dominating fashion as he did last week from Pocono. Looks to go back-to-back, and 3 of the last 4 would be the wins for the number 42. He's got 4 wins on the season, looking up to pick up number 5 this week, but still 14 laps to go before we can count that as a win. Count this as a win, as a little further back, Herjolek able to get around the hair of 15 there on the entry of turn number 3. Take a look at that replay as we'll see a quick view of that. Oh, the lap car kind of played a role in that, as he was in the wrong spot at the wrong time for Dave Harris line, and not able to open up the Herjolek line, and that sees Mike go on through up into that fourth position. Don't count Hera out of that battle quite yet, though, as he will sit there and try to plan a move back around the 41 here with 13 laps to go as they head down the back straightaway. Up front, though, Alan Bledsoe continues to lead the way over Lurfano and the 99 of Mathia. Both 3 of those cars just able to clear the 2 of Tyrone Yo that time down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. So the leaders have some clean track in front of them, about half a track until the next car. That will be the next lap car potentially. Through turn 3 this time, down through the short chute. Still the same top 3 as it was. Mathia, though, looking to still make that move up in the second spot. Maybe might be saving a little bit here as the tires start to wear out on all these cars. Mathia's 2 left side tires could play the difference, as Lurfano only took 2 right sides on his last pit stop. Saving a little bit here as the tires start to wear out on all these cars. Mathia's 2 left side tires could play the difference. 11 laps to go, and there you can see the gap opening between the 41 and the 15 in 4th and 5th. We'll take a look back to the 54 running in 6th. 7th is the 75 of Nelson, and Kelly Thomas holding on for 8th spot here this afternoon so far. Chad Snyder holding on to 9th in that Blues Race Design Toyota Camry. 10th on the track right now is the number 1 Night Owl So's Camaro. That is Tommy Osborne in 10th. Running in 11th is the number 20 of Larry Garnes. Tyrone Yo, first car 1 lap down, holding on to that 12th spot. And final car on the track running tonight, or this afternoon, 2 laps down to the field at this point, is the number 85 of Tyler Nelson. Up front, though, like it's been for most of the afternoon, Alan Bledsoe continues to lead the way over Lurfano, Mathia, Herjolek, and Hera as we get down to 10 laps to go that time. It'll be 9 as they cross the line, this time out of turn 4. If these guys have anything for this leader, it's time to dial it in and get that car going. Obviously, they haven't been able to make any moves this far, as Bledsoe's been the class of the field so far, winning both stages up to this point and collecting maximum stage points and maximum bonus playoff points. 20 stage points and 2 playoff points added to his end of year reset total as we get ready for the playoffs in about a month and a half from now. 4 races will be left in the regular season. As I mentioned earlier, next week we head to Richmond, then 2 weeks from now Michigan. Week off sees us going to Daytona and Darlington to finish the regular season. Field works its way off of turn, number 4, down to the line. 8 to go for the 42 as he continues to open the gap about 1.1 seconds from the Lurfano 8 up to the 42. And then about 6.6 seconds, just over half a second, easy for me to say, between Lurfano and the 99 car. We got some battling on track. A little further back is Kelly Thomas and the 75 of James Nelson going at it down the back straightaway, this time with 8 laps to go. This time into turn number 3. Give that spot back to Thomas and look for Nelson to put on a charge to see if he can get back underneath them as they work their way back out of turn number 4. 7 laps to go as they reach the line, and up front, Alan Bledsoe dominated this one so far, continues to pull away. 1.3 second lead over Lurfano and almost 2.1 seconds back to third place teammate to the 42, Brendan Mathia. Oh, Mathia way off track that time. I don't know if he just got loose coming off of turn number 2, but he was way down, almost in line with the grass, able to keep it going. Lost a bunch of time there. Lost about half a second to the leader that time, so that gap is continuing to grow between first and third, but the gap between first and second also growing as Dave Lurfano's 2-tire strategy able to catapult him out in front of the 99, but not in front of the 42 at this point as we continue. 6 to go, that time at the line right there as they cross the yard of bricks. Alan Bledsoe continues to lead. Take a look a little further back at the battle between Thomas and Nelson as they work their way down into turn number 1. Nelson's got a great run, not able to make that move work into turn number 1 quite yet, but he's trying to set him up for a good run on the exited 1 down into turn number 2. Still not able to do it as Thomas protects that bottom line smartly, and that forces the 75 to try to use the top and get out of it so he doesn't run into the back of the 28 on the inside. Down the back straightaway they go, single file nose to tail. They work their way into turn number 3. This time Nelson makes an early move to the inside. He's going to set sail on the bottom through turn 3. He's going to go door to door on the exit of turn 3 with the 28 as he's able to clear him and slide it up in front as they get to turn number 4. Out of turn 4, 5 laps to go that time for the leader, and this time across for the 75 and the 28. Car in front of these guys running currently in 6th is Curtis Sabrin. And 7th, James Nelson, Kelly Thomas, Chad Snyder, Tom Osborne, your top 10. Let's see if Kelly Thomas can make a run back at the 75 here. It's kind of been what's happening here in the later part of this run. They've kind of gone back and forth, switching positions. But for right now, it's the 75 of Nelson leading the way in 7th over the Thomas 28. Up front though, Alan Bledsoe will come back down the front straightaway across the yard of bricks. He will get 4 laps to go, that is. 4 to go that time across the line with a 1.8 second lead over Dave Lurfano. Brendan Mathia has fallen way off the pace as he's dropped back to 4.2 seconds off the lead, as that car is definitely losing the handling and going away from Mathia in the 99. Back to Courage Elect there. He sits 7.2 seconds off of Dave Lurfano in second spot, about 5 seconds to the 99 in front of him. Not sure he will have enough time to catch that 99 who's headed backwards. But time will tell there as Mathia works his way off of turn number 3, still holding on to that 3rd spot. Up front though, Alan Bledsoe will come off of turn number 4, get 3 laps to go this time across the line as we are in the final stages of this one here as we get down to just 3 laps to go from Indianapolis in the inaugural running of the Indy 240 for the All-American Racing League Cup Series as the leader heads through turn 2 and down out of 2 down the back straightaway. There's the gap between first and second. You can see it right there's the leader. There is your second place car. And here comes your third place car. Two laps to go this time across the start line for the 42. Two to go for the 42 this time. Bledsoe crosses the start-finish line down into turn number 1. A 2.6 second lead over second place Dave Lurfano as he works his way through 1 and 2 as we get down to the final couple of corners and the final couple of laps of this one. This time through turns 3 and 4, he's going to come down to the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 42, your leader. And dominating car this afternoon as white flag should be in the air from the start of this time off of turn number 4. There it is. White flag is up. There's your leader crossing the line. 2.5 miles and 4 turns left to go for the 42. As they got back to the 8 and the 99 show there, right there, as they head through turn 1 and 2. Bledsoe off of turn number 2 will head down the back straightaway. A 2.8 second gap working through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. This time off of turn number 4. Sorry, turn 3. He'll hit the short chute down through turn number 4. Out of 4. Checker flag in the air for tonight's winner and his 5th win of the season. For the number 42, that'll be Alan Bledsoe heading back to victory lane for back-to-back weeks in 3 of the last 4 races in the All-American Racing League Cup Series. Second place tonight goes to Dave Lurfano. Brendan Mathia will come across in 3rd. Michael Kurgelek picks up a 4th place finish. Dave Hare holds on to 5th tonight. Curtis Sabrin will come across in 6th spot, and the battle for 7th will go to... oh, it's a dead heat. Looks like Kelly Thomas will get that spot from what timing and scoring says. So one heck of a finish there for the 7th position. Kelly Thomas, James Nelson. Travis Snyder will come home in 9th. Osborne will come home in 10th. And Larry Garnes in 13th. And then Tyrone Yo finishes in 12th. Tyler Nelson finishes, unfortunately, on pit road at the end of this one. So we'll step away here for a quick second while we get our interviews lined up, and we'll be right back at you with an interview from the top 3 today from Indianapolis. Hey Brennan, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
So big 3rd place finish for you tonight. Obviously, car went away a little bit there at the end. Weren't able to get back by Dave, who only took 2 tires on that last stop. But we got to be pretty happy with the 3rd spot, I think.
Great. I feel like I was a 2nd place car. I mean, when you're going 150 miles an hour to make the corner at Indy, you know the car's garbage. Not really too pleased with this next gen car anywhere.
Hey Brennan, it's Nathan up.
I mean, 3rd place. At least I got the podium. Almost wrecked like 20 times.
Big 3rd place finish for you. Well, hopefully we can see you a couple positions better next week when we head to Richmond. And good luck next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you after that one.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Okay, that was 3rd place finisher tonight. A little disappointed with the results. Brendan Mathia. We'll see if we can get a word with Dave Lurfano, 2nd place driver tonight. Hey Dave, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey Nathan, I got your
Hey, congrats on the second place finish. A little bit of a what I think is a two-tire strategy there at that last stop.
Yeah, I saw, Brendan and Alan do that on middle of stage 2, I think it was, and I paid off for them. So I figured I was going to take 4, and then I switched my mind because I didn't want to give up the track position because I kind of knew that's what they're going to do. So it paid off in the end.
Well, it's a pretty good result, obviously, on a track that's pretty tough to pass based on what we saw tonight. So second place is a good rebound for you after a week off last week, and hopefully we can continue to talk to you here through the next handful of races as we get towards the end of the regular season.
Yeah, looking forward to Richmond coming up, so it's good. Thank you.
Oops. Okay, that was second place finisher Dave Lerfano. Now we can see if we can get a word with back-to-back winner and 3 of the last 4, Alan Bledsoe. 1 second here. Hey, Alan, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Nathan.
All right, second win in a row, 3 of the last 4. You're on a pretty good hot streak here lately with these guys. Congrats on the win, and same distance and laps as last week. Definitely a different track. Made it a little bit harder for you to win this week, but still a good result.
I think Lorfano and Brendan are the ones that made it a lot harder for me to win. The fact that they didn't show up last week, it made it a different race. That's for sure. And I am really quite happy with how the race went overall. I mean, we had a very clean race, and I mean, the only cautions were the stage breaks, right?
That is true. That is true.
That is awesome. But yeah, it just made it a really fun race. Battling with Brendan and Lorfano, especially there at the end of stage 2, that was crazy. And I never touched Brendan. He just got loose. He told me he overdrove it, but yeah, it was a really fun race, and
that is true.
We had I would say, despite Brendan's reaction to it, I think we all had a really good time with it. This car, let me tell you, it is something else. It's weird. It's neither loose nor tight until you underdrive it, and then it gets loose, and if you overdrive it, it gets tight. It is the weirdest thing, particularly here. But yeah, I didn't make any turn 2 errors like I did last week this time, so I'll take it.
All right, well, congrats again. Like I said, 2 in a row and 3 of the last 4, so hopefully the hot streak continues as we head to Richmond next week. And again...
Oh, no, it won't continue there.
Oh, not with that attitude, it won't.
But, hey, I want to thank my dad real quick for watching this. Thank you for broadcasting so that he can.
No problem.
I want to thank Brendan and I want to thank Brendan and Kelly for being here tonight. Riley, he couldn't make the race, but he was in the voice chat a little bit throughout the race, so I'll take it, and yeah, let's go on to next week. Let's have at it.
All right, thanks again, and have a great week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, that was Alan Bledsoe, tonight's winner, and an interview from the top 3, Dave Lerfano in second, Brendan Mathia in third. We're going to take a quick look at the race results here on the screen momentarily. There they are. Obviously, Alan Bledsoe comes home the big winner again. 2 in a row, 3 of the last 4 for that number 42 machine. Dave Lerfano, Brendan Mathia, second and third. Michael Kurgelak and Dave Hare round out your top 5. A strong run for Curtis Sabrin in the 54 this week. Kelly Thomas holds on for that .003 advantage at the line over James Nelson in 8th. Chad Snyder, Tommy Osborne round out your top 10. Then Larry Garnes and Tyrone Yo, the last 2 cars on track running at the end of this one. And then we have the number 85 bringing up 13th, 10 laps off the pace with some damage on the pit road at the end of this one. Then Eric Thornton and Jim Hubble, unfortunately unable to finish this one as they were both DNFs this afternoon. So, like I mentioned, heading off to Richmond next week on Tuesday the 16th. We'll be at Richmond, then 2 weeks from now back to the 2 Mile Michigan International Speedway for round number 24. And then we'll have a week off at the end of July, and we'll finish with a 2-week stretch of Daytona and Darlington to round out the regular season. So in about 5 weeks from now, we will be able to crown a regular season champion and reset your field and the standings for the run to the playoffs. My name is Nathan Christensen. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight here on the SimWorld Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Join our colleagues Dave and Dave on Friday night as the Quick Finishers Racing League will kick back up with race number, I don't know what race it is. Who am I kidding? It's at Chicago Street Course, so that I do know. Chicago Street Course this Friday. Usually race starts around 8 p.m. Green flag for those guys, so tune into that on Friday. And then Sunday night, I believe we will go truck racing again with the AARL Truck Series. Let me just pull up their schedule. After this week's race at Lucas Oil, we head to Richmond for 250 laps at Richmond. So a full weekend of racing here on the SimWorld Racing Network. My name again, Nathan Christensen. Thanks for joining us, and we can hopefully will join us next Tuesday for the next round of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. Signing off from Indy, thanks a lot.